Well, greetings, everybody. My name is Steve Fredland, and I am the host of the RecPoker podcast. I am also one of the core team members for the RecPoker community. This is a vibrant and encouraging poker learning community that we have formed recently. Everything that you want to know can be found at rec.poker, but I thought it would be good to give you a little bit of a video introduction into what it is that we do. We're really a combination of free stuff, which anybody and everybody is welcome to participate in as we build community. One of those is our Discord channel, which is an interactive live chat tool that's used by a lot of people, a lot of gamers, a lot of streamers. We use it just for discussions. And so you can get on there and you can talk about the current tournament you're in, how you're doing, and we can be a virtual rail and cheer you on as we cheer each other on. Or you can talk about hand histories and situations that you want some advice on, or just whatever's on your mind. That's a great tool that we use, and that's free and open to anybody. Whoever wants to participate in that is welcome to do that. We have our weekly podcasts, which we produce in both video format as well as audio format. Those are available wherever you find your podcast. The videos on YouTube, podcasts on SoundCloud or your apps or Stitcher or whatever it is that you use under the name RecPoker. So that's free and available to anybody, whoever wants to participate in that. And we also do all sorts of fun things, like we have a NFL Survivor pool going on right now. I'm recording this in September of 2019, so it might be out of season, but every season we expect to do this where that's open to anybody that wants to. We'll give away some prizes for the top three, but it's just another fun way to interact with people who are engaged in the poker community. And the other thing that we do is we run a monthly home game through PokerStars. It's free to play. And again, we give out prizes to the winners there. And if you want to participate in that, just check out our stuff on Discord or get the email newsletter. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook. We always put all that stuff out there. So just plug in some way and you'll find out all about all of the different free opportunities that are available for you. And just recently, again, this is the fall of 2019, we launched a membership site. So a lot of the stuff that we like to do costs money, frankly, to do that. And so we have started a paid-for membership site if you want to take your learning and take your community building to that next level. And you can find all the information out at rec.poker, and we'll give you a little tour of that later in the video. But I want to highlight the actual membership site here. I want to give you a little tour of that so you can understand what's involved there. The cost is $9.99 a month, and you'll get all of these benefits. You do have an option to pay annually, $99.99 for a year, and you'll get all of the stuff that I'm about to show you and more because I just don't have time to show you it all. So let's take a little tour of the membership app. So here it is. When you come onto the homepage, you'll see something like this. What you'll first see is the latest sort of things that have been happening. You can see I just added a chat out there, a follow-up from one of the book studies that we're doing. But the key navigation is over here on the left-hand side. There's this little hamburger menu, and you can see some different options. You can go to the home screen, Discovery, Members, About, and then look at topics, events, interests, and content groups. And the easiest thing to do that I believe is just go to the Discovery tab. That's going to give you sort of the highlight, the different sections, and the latest things that have been happening. So we've got a few things that we've featured out here. For what we're doing right now, the date right now is September 26, 2019. So we've highlighted a few things that we want everybody to make sure that they're aware of. One of those is an opportunity to sit in on the interview that we're having with Daniel Negreanu for the podcast. And that's something that all of our members can do. So if you are a member of this site, you'll get inside of here, there's links, and you can link right to the Zoom meeting. So you can actually sit in on that interview. You can actually submit questions, chat, do all of those things. You would just click on this, and then in here is more details about the interview, and you can actually click on the link, and you'll be directed into that meeting. So that's something that's pretty cool. There's something else here that we highlighted. It's actually an article that Chris Jones is starting about how do we type different kinds of players. He's got some really unique ideas about that, so we're having a conversation there. And then and I guess this thing that we featured was a poll that I'm doing. We're looking for a couple dates to do a meet and greet at a local brewery in Minneapolis. And so I'm just looking for input on which dates work best for people. We're going to do a meet and greet in person. There might be some drink specials, and then we'll kind of hang out. We'll do a live podcast right there, and then we'll do watch Monday Night Football at the brewery. So just kind of a fun way for us to get together as a community. But you can see the featured things, and then there's the list of the upcoming events. All of the events that we have listed that are in chronological order. So again, the podcast, and then that Wednesday we're doing a hand history breakdown with Chris Jones. That Wednesday night after that, we're doing a Poker Stars home tournament. The next week we're doing final table commentary. So that's where we sit down and we break down hands. We actually break down an entire final table from the MSPT. We're interviewing Ryan LaPlante. So all kinds of stuff coming up there. You can also look at what our top posts are, what people are putting out there, so you can see some of the activity. You can look at things by topic. So if you're interested in just specific topics, you can actually go to any of these and look at the posts and the discussions that have happened around these topics. You can actually follow the topics of interest so that you're notified when new things are out there. So you can see what some of the things are out here. If you're into GTO, you can go there. If you just want to share some of your successes, you put it out there. There's the player typing thing from Chris Jones. All kinds of interesting things out there. And then we have our content. These are the videos that we create. So the way that RecPoker works is we invite the membership, invite our core content team members to come in, create the content together in a discussion format, almost exclusively always discussion. We record it, and then we put it back out for all of our membership to enjoy. So we have them grouped. If you're interested in looking at all of the past podcasts or listening to the audio, they're all out here. If you want to look at all the hand history discussions that we've had, if you want to look at specific things that Jake Mason has put together on hands, here's our book study. We've had a couple of great conversations there, and then just some other miscellaneous conversations, as well as here's where we're putting out our monthly Ask the Expert Q&A sessions like we just did with Matt Berkey. So that'll be out here as well. And you can find out more about the members. Here's some of the members that are close to me, close to where I live. Here's some of the members that have been the most active. So a lot of interesting things out there. And if you want to dig into any of the other details, you can look at actually the members, look at them one by one, see who's out there, who's near you, who are the newest, who are our ambassadors. You can find out more just about the RecPoker membership. You can look at things by topic like we did before. Here's all of the topics. Look at all of the events that are coming up. You can see we have a ton of stuff coming up, the stuff that we already saw, as well as some, we're having these bi-monthly conversations for people who are beginners. They can just jump on and hang out with me, and I'll just talk about different things, and they can share some of their struggles or, things like, basic hand math strategy. How do I start playing at casinos? Whatever it is for those beginning players to feel more comfortable. That's what that's all about. You can see our book studies, hand histories, all sorts of stuff going on out there that you have an option to participate in as a member. You can look at things by interest. This is something we're just starting to develop. People can individually say what they're interested in, and that helps make those connections between people. And then, as I mentioned, the content groups, you can see all of the things out here where we put all of the recordings. So if you just want to go look back at all of the final table commentaries we've done, you can click in this content group, and then you can select the ones that you want to watch. So that is kind of a run-through, high-level look at what the membership group looks like. We just launched it, so we're just building content. We're just building membership, but we're really encouraged about what's out there and the people that are really starting to engage with that. So one of the things I mentioned out there was the desire to do live meet and greets. We do a lot online, and that's great. You feel somewhat connected. But for those of us who are in the Minnesota area, we're planning a number of meet and greets. For those of you who are in other areas, man, get some people together. Let's come. We'll come down there. We'll come down there and hang out with y'all, or you guys at least get together in that area, and maybe I can come on through a video stream and connect with y'all. I know there's groups that want to do these play and learns, which is probably our most satisfying thing that we've done, where we get a group of people together. We simulate different stages of a tournament. We play hands, and then people show their hands at the end, and we talk about the hand. We talk about the situation. We talk about the different options. And it's a great way to build community and conversation and relationships, as well as learning the game. So if you have a group of people that you want to do that with, let me know. Sometimes we have to charge a fee, sometimes we don't. And so let's just connect over that. And if you have that idea, or you have a group that wants to do that, let me know. We'll talk about that for sure. And so the final thing I wanted to just give you a quick overview of is the website. Now, you might be on the website already, so you don't need this, but this is a quick high-level overview of rec.poker. That's where you can find us. If you're used to going to recpokertraining.com, you can still do that. That'll just forward to rec.poker. But you can see we've got our homepage here, and basically, the intro video, and then the latest podcast episodes, the latest tweets. So you can get all that information out there. Across the top, there's information on how you can join. That's actually, if you click join now, it goes right to that membership site where it would give you the option to join. Otherwise, you can just get more information about membership here without clicking on that. It'll just show you what's out there, some of the stuff that I've already talked about. It'll just list those pieces out so you can understand more. Every page you have an opportunity to join our newsletter. I'd really encourage you to do that. If nothing else, I don't give out the email addresses, but this is the email newsletter that goes out to keeps you informed of everything going on as much as we possibly can. Here's another one click. If you're already a member, just click on that to get into the membership area. And then there's a page dedicated to the podcast, which just talks about a little bit of our history, and then it has the latest and all of the podcasts. You can scroll through here and listen to any of the podcasts. We're now on episode 148 at the time of this with Jonathan Little, or you can watch them. You can watch them all here. Here's the latest video as well. And again, we have a YouTube channel, so if you prefer that way of watching the videos, go out there. The newsletters, these are the email things that we send out, but we also post them out here. So you can actually look at the past newsletters that we've had. The latest one from September 23rd, where I talk about 4 different opportunities that were coming up on that day. But you can see it's a combination of information as well as some actual content there as well. So you can check that out. You can click on store. That'll bring you to a place where we have our merchandise. You're welcome to look at any of that, of course. We're looking at maybe rebranding and doing some of that. But there's some great stuff out there with Flop the World. You can find out more about us. You can simply just the About Rec Poker is just kind of an about page, who we are, what we do, a little bit of our history, why we're different. As I always tell people, we're not trying to compete on content. We think we have really good content, but it's interactive and it's community driven. And that's really who we are. If you want to be part of an encouraging poker learning community, more than just receiving content, that's what we do. That's who we are. That's really the heartbeat of Rec Poker. But there's other information out here. We've partnered with a number of people that provide world-class content, and so we try to pass some of that along to you as much as we can. So you can see a few things out here: Solve for Why, GTO Range Builder, Alex Fitzgerald, a number of people out here that we've partnered with to get some content. You can also look, if you're interested, at some of the endorsements that we've had. These are some folks that are professional players or media people that have some really nice things to say about what we're doing with Rec Poker, so you can check that out. We also have a number of folks that are recreational players that are talking about how this has valued them as a podcast, and some training stuff. So you can hear from some of those folks out there as well. And then the last thing that we have out here on the website is Crazy Like a Fox. This is actually a training series that we did with Chris Fox Wallace, who's a World Series of Poker bracelet winner. And we had a great interactive series with him. You can find out all the details about what that course looked like out here. And that course is actually available for purchase through Vimeo. So there's a link there if you want to go check that out. You can get the pricing and all of that jazz out there. So that's a quick view of the website. And so that's it. That's an introduction to Rec Poker, at least all of the functionality of what we're currently doing as of September 2019. But I really want you to hear that our focus is helping you learn the game, helping us learn the game, and learn the game together in an interactive, accessible, community, relationship-building driven way. And that's what differentiates us. Now, that's not for everybody. We recognize that. Some people just want to get the deep content and learn it themselves through video, and that's their learning style, and that's perfectly fine. This is really geared toward those of us who learn better through discussion, through questioning, through wrestling, who like the idea of learning in community, who are developing relationships, who are finding that core group of people that we are cheering for and who are cheering for us. And so that is really the heartbeat of what RecPoker is all about. So check it out. If you want to become a member, that'd be great. Everything we do has a 30-day free trial. So you sign up, watch as much of the video as you can, engage in much of the stuff as you can. And after 30 days, you don't like it, that's fine. We'll part ways, and that's perfectly cool, totally understandable. Give it a test drive. But if you find yourself having any questions about what we're trying to do or the content or the accessibility or any of that kind of stuff, reach out to me directly. I'm always available. Steve@recpokertraining.com, or find me on Twitter @RecPoker, Facebook group RecPoker. You can find me pretty much anywhere out there as well, and I would love to chat about any feedback you have, positive or negative. We're trying to get better all the time. We're not going to pretend we're perfect, but we're going to keep striving for that, and we need feedback to help us get there. And we need the community to come up with ideas on how we can connect and how we can learn better. So we're always collecting ideas on what we could do, and we try to get to as many of those that make sense as possible. So reach out if you have any comments, questions, concerns. But thanks for taking a watch at this, and let me know if you have any questions. Take care.